Hello, dear ones. Today I want to talk about something foundational in Family Constellations work, what are called the orders of love, first articulated by Bert Hellinger. Now, before you tune out because it sounds philosophical or abstract, stay with me. These are not abstract ideas. They are observable dynamics. You can see them in your relationships. You can feel them in your body. And you can absolutely see them in a constellation. Today, I want to focus on one order in particular, the balance of giving and taking. Because when this order is aligned, life flows. When it is disordered, distorted, relationships suffer. The first relationship, parent and child. Let's begin at the beginning. In the relationship between parent and child, the balance of giving and taking is not equal. Parents give, children take. And children must take. If it is much, it is much. If it is little, it is little. Now, this can be a hard teaching because many of us carry pain. You might say, my father didn't give me enough. My mother didn't protect me. They were distant. They were critical. They were overwhelmed. And I'm not denying that pain, but there is one thing every parent gave: life. And life is not a small gift. It is the biggest gift anyone can give another human being. Through your parents, life came to you, not around them, through them. And here is the part that gets real. You are 50% your mother and 50% your father. So when you reject your father, you reject 50% of yourself. When you reject your mother, you reject 50% of yourself. And that rejection doesn't just live in thought, it lives in your nervous system. It lives in your vitality. It lives in your capacity to move forward. This is not about approving of what happened. This is not about pretending abuse was love. This is about acknowledging reality. You are my father. You are my mother. You gave me life and I take it. Not because they were perfect, but because without them, you do not exist. And here's something that often surprises people. Between parents and children, there will always be an imbalance. You cannot repay your parents for life. You cannot give life back. So how is the imbalance restored? You pass life forward through your children, through contribution, through using your gifts in the world. When you fully take your life, you restore the flow. But if you refuse your parents, even internally, you cannot take your life fully. You'll live at 60% or 75% or fragmented, and you'll feel it. The shift into adult partnership. Now, let's move into romantic relationships. This is where things get interesting. In adult partnerships, the balance must be equal. I give, you take, I take, you give. Not in perfect accounting, but in energetic parity. At the beginning, this is easy. We're on cloud 9. We're showing our best selves. We're generous. But then something happens. We realize the other person is human. They are not the prince. They are not the princess. And here is where unresolved childhood enters the room. If I have not fully taken from my parents, if I am still in blame, still in resentment, still secretly believing they should have given more, then I unconsciously expect my partner to give me what my parents did not. I expect them to heal my childhood, and that is too much weight for any partner to carry. What often happens, one partner begins to overgive. If I give enough, if I sacrifice enough, if I prove myself enough, then finally I'll be loved. The other partner feels the pressure, withdraws, gives less, takes more. Now the relationship is no longer adult to adult. It has become parent-child again. And what do children eventually do? They leave. This is why so many relationships end in resentment. One person sacrificed everything, the other abandoned. But in constellation work, we see something deeper. Every adult partnership is 50% the responsibility of each partner. If someone has taken too much, we must ask, where did I give too much? What was I trying to earn? What wound was I trying to repair? Because the partner is not the villain. The partner is often the mirror. The partner is the one who puts their finger on the wound that still needs healing, not to hurt you, but to reveal what was unresolved. What constellations reveal. When we do a family constellation, these dynamics become visible almost immediately. You can see when someone has not taken their parents. You can see when there is unresolved anger. You can see when someone is still standing in the position of a child. And you can see how that blocks creativity, money, intimacy, joy, purpose. But something extraordinary happens when acknowledgement occurs. When someone can say, and mean it, you are my mother, you are my father, you gave me life and I take it, the whole of it, not the trauma, not the behavior, but the life force. When that happens, vitality returns. In couples work, when even one partner resolves their entanglement with their parents, the dynamic shifts. They stop demanding. They stop overgiving. They stand as an adult, and now the partnership has a chance. Because it is no longer two wounded children negotiating for unmet needs. It is two adults exchanging freely. That is where love can breathe. That is where healing begins. So, if you are struggling in partnership or feeling blocked in your life, a gentle question. Have you fully taken your parents? Not emotionally romanticized them, not justified them, but acknowledged them. Taken the life that came through them. Because when you do, you stand in your full height. You no longer look sideways for what was missing. You stand in the flow of life itself. And from there, giving and taking becomes natural, balanced, adult, alive. Thank you for listening. If this resonates and you'd like to explore this work in a constellation or one-on-one session, reach out. This work is not about blame. It is about restoring order. And when order returns, love flows. Until next time.